Many tribes of the Native Americans lived in the Appalachian Mountains. They have been living here for a very great number of years. They had made this land their homeland. The land was very rich in many, many resources. It had abundance of water, food, and about anything they really wanted. The features of the land included beautiful high mountains, beautiful valleys with abundance of animals to hunt, abundance of many beautiful, beautiful waterfalls. There were hundreds of great, beautiful streams and rivers. They also fished daily in the waters. There were beautiful views of sunsets every evening. This land has been the Indians for hundreds of years, and they were hoping to pass it down into further generations. But they were mistaken, because another person and country, development of people, wanted this land also. Many presidents wanted Indians to leave so they could progress and move on into new land. But one president in particular broke through and made a law that all Indians must leave their land. His name was Andrew Jackson, the 7th President of the United States. When he was elected, he had 3 goals: to destroy the Bank of the United States of America, to get rid of paper money, and to remove the Indians. The main Indians affected by the Indian Removal Act of 1830 were the Sacs, the Foxes, the Chickasaws, the Choctaws, the Creeks, the Cherokees, and the Seminoles. In 1830, Andrew Jackson passed a law stating that all Indians must leave their land and go west of the Mississippi River. The Indians were very devastated that the land they had been living on for hundreds and hundreds of years was being taken from them in a blink of an eye. The Indians had to withstand many hardships. The road they followed was not easy. It wasn't mapped out, and it wasn't like a highway like today. The Indians had to endure hard, cold winters, and they hardly had any food. Diseases started to spread, and they just started dying off one by one. When they stopped to eat and drink, there was hardly anything around, so they used anything they could find, and they would eat it. They would eat tree bark. They would eat almost anything they could find because they were so hungry. Many elders of all the tribes couldn't make the journey, so they would just stay behind and they would just die. They traveled sometimes even at night during the hard, cold winters. In the winter, there was hardly any food supply at all, so most Indians died off during this time. The land they were forced to move to was crap. They had hardly any resources. Everything was dry, and it was almost the exact opposite of how they'd been living. This is the route that the Cherokee Indians took from their homeland to Oklahoma. The route became known as the Trail of Tears because so many died on the trip there. Should the Indians have been sent to this dry, awful land? Do you think the Indians should have been forced to move and been forced away from their own homeland to the crappy land? This is how the land looked like when they settled there. It was full of dirt and sand, and everything was just dry. We think this should all be avoided if they could peacefully make an agreement on whose lands they should have. We think that the Indians should have been able to keep some of their land while the white settlers could have some of their land too. They could share it. They could live together in peace and harmony.